So Dibia was one of the first characters I created out of the set of 20. I remember Justice messaging me and asking, like, he wanted an NFT project based on African gods and monsters, and he gave me a blank canvas. It's like, just do whatever you want to do. I'm like, what? I need a direction. I need a story. Like, what do you want? And he's like, just do whatever you want. Really? I can do that because I'm used to just getting directions. So I created this DBA guy because I had this DBA idea in my head. Like, okay, I wanted to emphasize on the importance of that character in the Igbo culture. Also, the fact that DBAs are like intermediaries between the gods. So I wanted to start with a character that was important, but not as significant as the gods. I'll get to the gods later, but I wanted to start easy. So I started with the DBA. From there, I moved to, I think, the princesses, priests, I think the tribe chiefs and things like that. So that's how that evolved before we got to the gods.
Lost your pride and common sense, just as you have lost your kingdom. You dare!
With the art style, I had been looking at some like images of people doing NFTs, African NFTs, and it looked very, very basic. So I wanted to do something that was just out of this world and that would stand out. Something futuristic, something that would involve neon and lights, tribal patterns and things like that. And I infused a lot of pop culture into it even to mix it and make it just like random. Like some of the DBAs have like bat-like logos on them. Some of them have like sort of like piercings that look like a cross between like cyberpunk and something like that. So I was mixing a lot of genres in there to create something that was not seen before in that space. And I called it tribal punk. So tribal punk is a genre that fuses futuristic ideas of Africa, but in a sense, in a way that it's untapped or untouched by modern colonialism or whatever it's called. Like Okoji's creative process, I think when I was creating the character, I just had the phrase in mind, ashes to ashes. And with that line, I created the character. I crafted the character to fit that line. Most of the characters even were crafted that way. Each character had like I had an idea, a phrase or word in mind regarding that character that character would say to give me the feeling of who that character was, to identify with the character. So that was the process. It was ashes to ashes, and I created this guy called Okoji, which is literally black fire. So for Amadioha, I wanted to do something very different because I already had like a book. I have a book out there about Amadioha, so I wanted to do something like completely different from that. So I did a lot of things with like neon designs and like in sigils, which makes him look different from the rest of the gods if you look at the animation, which is really nice. Not a lot of thoughts came into that one. I freestyled, to be honest. So I freestyled that one. But I had this idea of like this glowing energy thing that I wanted to try before, but I couldn't. But I just threw it into this character. When I created the characters, like when I was designing them, I honestly didn't think of them fighting in any capacity. It was like they were all going to be holding hands and singing tra-la-la and being like Teletubbies. And maybe I was on something. Seeing them fight, there was a lot of anime references there, which I really loved. So that was exciting to watch, and seeing how the relationship between the two characters evolved and progressed on screen within those few minutes was actually great. Michael did a great job with the animation. It was perfect. I loved every bit of it. So I'm just looking forward to seeing it on a larger screen and watching everyone's reaction to that moment. Yeah. Okoji.
This one, he's right on the screen.
This guy?